Now I've just taken the seal out. It's the first time I'm looking at this. This is what's called a Japanese sealed bearing. Okay, you don't have to oil it or any of that. It's just the way it is. What I'm noticing though is a little bit of rust right there on the top. Okay, why is there rust in an oil-filled chamber on the inside? And that to me is odd. Just odd. So we have the old seal right here, and I've used a knife on it and played around with it just for the hell of it. And it's like all our other seals, except it's a little bit stiffer, which means the seal is hard rubber around the outside, soft rubber around the inside, and then it has, see if I can put this in the light, it has a fine steel band that goes around the outside of the seal right here, which holds it very tight to the primary gear right here, right there. Okay, so I decided I'd replace it. Also, this fiber washer, it's not fiber, but this is the first time I've ever seen a washer like this that has been cut like that due to the fact of normal wear. I don't believe it's normal wear. What I believe, it was cut wrong. I believe this is a factory fuck up. That's what I believe. Now that washer goes right here, on here, okay? If you look at the striations on the aluminum, you can see where it's not smooth. It's like something is, you know, hula hooped around it and around it and around it. And that's exactly what this has done. But I've never seen anything like this happen in a rear transmission. Rear transmissions are usually very stable. I've never seen any real problems. We have to remember that this part, let me see if I can get some light on that. This part of the gear right here, the light sucks. Come on, man. Shit. Oh, what the hell's going on here? See, all good films need a good movie, good lighting. But this area right here, and it's still dark. This area right here fits inside this blind bearing right here. Now, I've never seen one of these bearings go bad. Alright? Never. Now, if you want to see, I used to work in a brake shop, alignment shop, and they had a lot of tricks for finding out if the bearings were bad. Bearings vibrate. And, okay, let me give you an idea of how you can tell if there's a problem. The bearings, as we all know, are supposed to act very smoothly. You know, they're supposed to run around real smooth. Okay. If one of these bearings has lost its coating or is rough, then it'll start a vibration. What we used to do is put our thumb on the chrome bumpers of the cars, and we would run the wheels around. Say, like, you know, right or left wheel, whatever was closest to it. Okay, if the bumper started to vibrate a little bit, it meant that that bearing was shot, fucked up, tits up, Mickey Mouse, gone, good night Irene, fat lady has sung, completely haywire. Now, if you take your motor apart and or your transmission and you run it like this, if you feel any kind of roughness, like there's sand in here or gravel or anything like that, then it's shot, and what you have to get is, like I showed you before, you have to get a blind bearing puller. You can get them on eBay real cheap. It's a little tiny two-piece of metal that fits in here, and you tighten it down to where it goes in there and it widens just a little bit, and then you use a your, God, what is it now? It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Or your pull hammer or whatever, and you take the weight and you slam it upwards, up, 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 and it will pull it right out. But if you really look at this very closely, this isn't a load bearing, it's basically a guidance bearing. This part fits. God, the light sucks on that. This end fits into it, but it isn't a load bearing. It's just a guidance. So there's no real problem with that. Okay? This other bearing here is sealed, and usually you don't have a problem with this one at all. We'll go on to the next video. I'm already at 6 minutes, but this is where you attach your wheel.